Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Orb. Normally we start with the game shuffling up in the background, but that's not happening this time because I'm not a smart man. Sometimes life's tough and I forget to hit the record button. That being said, go ahead and find the like button and hit that shit for me. And then if you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button. That way YouTube can shower me with maybe an email someday. Probably not. That's okay though. So, tonight we're on a 4-strip. I like 4-strip. It is kind of devastating sometimes when you finish the game and you have no permanents in play. That being said, I'd like to be on the dealing end of that. That is yet to happen, but that's alright. I'm learning it. My opponent's Mark, and let's take a look at Mark's Undead shit. And here's a look at my opponent Mark's deck for the month. He calls it Undead fuckery, which I love. Undead shit. He stripped out the All Hallows Eves, and maybe this is just because of 4-strip. I've seen him play or noticed that he's played less with them lately. And focused mainly on animate deaths. He has the robots in there. And then on that far left, the Gold Legends card, Rasputin Dreamweaver. So, not necessarily the old dirty Russian, but possibly. They look alike. This bastard doesn't look like he showers either. But, for 6 mana, 4 colorless, 1 blue, 1 white, you get yourself a legend that's 4/1, with 7 fucking counters on it. And what do those counters do? Well, they can prevent damage, or they can immediately be dumped at any time for colorless mana. So, you pay 6, you get 7. But if you throw an animate dead on that little fucker, now you pay 2 and get 7 back. So Mark also has all the good cards. I like this deck. It's fun. You can also board in some hippies and the sideboard. He's got an extra land in there, which is always good against 4-strip. Amnesia, I love that card. Larry Niven's Disc, 2 Dust to Dust, 2 Disenchant, 2 Divine Offering, and 2 COP Red. So it looks like he's geared to go to battle against a robots deck. I'm sure all that artifact removal is very good against the deck also. So I love this deck. Can't wait to see it in action. And let's take a quick look at my pile for the month. And here's a quick look at my 75 for the month. I also carry a lot of the good cards, you know, Ancestral and Time Walk, Brain Geyser, Twist, Demonic Tutor, Balance, all that bullshit. And then I want to win with creatures. My 4/5 Erhnams have to be kind of a nightmare for his, well, robots, essentially. He's got the Trikes and he's got the Suchis. And then 3 4/4 Flying Sarah Angels and 4 Serendib Ifrits. So that's how I want to get through my opponent's life total. I also want to jam those down and fire down a Geddon. You know, we can call this Erhnam Geddon. Something like that with the, you know, extra splash of the Arabian cards. I have the good white removal spells. I have a hard time not playing those. They're just so efficient. And when an opponent comes at you turn 1 with something big, bad, and ugly, they can clean up the board and let you live to see turn 4 or 5 or hopefully 10. So that's my deck for the month. I do have a couple Side Blasts for extra removal in the sideboard, Dust to Dust, 2 Divine Offerings, and really why I keep these cards right there in the middle, 2 Tormont's Crypts. Those are going to fucking wreck Mark's plan to bring these creatures back at a reasonable cost. I keep those in the sideboard for those decks and, you know, the Time Vault decks. It just shuts them down so hard when they can't just keep recycling the cards out for the wind. So that being said, let's see how these games go. And here we are with game number 1. As I mentioned, I missed starting the video, so we both start with a Tundra out. I'm on the play, so I believe I have 6 in hand. Oh, I'm not. Mark's on the play. See, I rarely know what's going on around here. He fires out a Felwar Stone with his Underground Sea. He just plays. I decided to play a Mox Pearl and a Felwar Stone of my own. Tropical. Wow, into a Sylvan. So I'm dumping cards out of my hand. Being able to produce a ton of mana. You know, this is what I want to do with when those decks have an extra 4 lane destruction. But Mark's not doing that shit. Mark is firing down. Uh-oh. Mark is picking back up a card. I think he's deciding what he wants to do here. Yeah, Bizarre Baghdad, which I love. I used to own a play set of them. You know, I picked them up when they were like 20 bucks a piece. And I was smart enough to get rid of them. They eventually went all the way to $150 each, and I fired those bastards off. Pro move on my end, but I'd love to play with them again. So, you know, Mark has to discard 3 cards. He draws 2, discards 3. First card's Rasputin Dreamweaver. Then it looks like a Tundra and a Swords to Plowshares. And then he immediately picks up an Ancestral Recall. He probably ripped that with a Bizarre pull. So, I mean, Bizarre is so efficient at digging through your library and just getting the 1 card you need. You know, with a Sylvan library, it's even better because you pick the 1 of 3 you need, and then you just rip the other ones and toss them. Looks like he also plays out a Mox Jet. And he passes. So it looks like he only has about 2 cards in hand. I'm taking a trip to the Sylvan Library. Gonna check out some potential here. Just taking the 1. Playing down a Factory. Another Felwar Stone. So this is getting disgusting, the amount of lands we have access to. Okay, first threat on board. Got the Dib out. 3/4 flyer. I got the efficient man's version of them. The original art on that is so sick, though. So Mark fires down a Strip Mine and a Soul Ring. Holy shit, he's hard casting a Triskelion. Look at that. Has a 6 tapped. 4/4. That rocket armed son of a bitch. Sitting on the board. He passes back to me. I'm taking 1 to the face for my Dib. Good thing Dib can fly right around that Triskelion. The bad news is I'm going to lose this race if I don't come up with something else. So I decided to take 1, send Dib in. Dib's dealing damage in every direction, poking me in the face. Yeah, Mark's on 17. About missed that. Hit 16, but 3 from the Dib. He's on 17. I'm tapping a bunch of shit right now. Oh, look at this. Sarah Angel. She's a big flying bitch. That's for sure. And I love when she works for me, and not so much when she's on my opponent's side. Mark does play with, you know, a package of Swords to Plowshares. He touches all his mana sources for good luck. And fires the Trican. Trike to the face. I go to 15. That big boxy bastard. Alright, Mark comes up with another Strip Mine and a Lotus. Look at this. Holy shit. Fireball would be pretty close to lethal. Good news for me is I don't think he has one in his deck. Alright, Mark's tapping 4 for a Suchi, sacking his Lotus, and says, shuffle up, bitch. Time Twister. I like it. That nets him out a few extra cards. I lose what I have in my hand. I only had one mana source open. Obviously, if it was Swords to Plowshares, that thing would have been thrown out there. A little movie magic here. We're drawing up our 7 new cards. Okay, Bizarre in action. So, Mark's drawing a 9. He's going to have 6 in hand by the time this is all said and done. And it looks like he just drops, I believe, 3 lands into the bin. I could be wrong, but top one definitely looks like a Bizarre. They all look like lands. And here we go, Swords to Plowshares. Just what I didn't want to see. I go back to 19, but my Sarah Angel, she's back to working the fucking fields. I mean, she's out there using a hoe, growing fucking corn. Maybe some wheat in the winter. I don't know. It's not good. I want her back. She's gone. And then Mark starts to get offensive with those strip mines. He just strips out a factory, probably a good choice, and uses up another one to take me off green. So I'm down to 4 mana from having 6 just a second ago. Doesn't feel great. But the good news is I did get a shuffle effect. Sylvan Library is 3 completely new cards. Oh, look at this. This is fucking devastating. I tap and play out a Mind Twist for 4. Yeah, I guess Mark asked, what the fuck is that? So I'm giving it a good look. But I am just annihilating this hand. That's the last thing that feels good after you play out a Time Twister. Very good news for me. Although I'm behind on this race. I mean, he's going to be coming in for 8 next turn. He can throw those arms out there. That's 11. And I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but he's on an Undead shit deck. So, an Animate Dead after throwing Trike Arms, and I mean, shit can get ugly in a hurry. Mike Dibb's in for another 3, so Mark is down to 14. I'm on 18, but like I said, he can deal so much fucking damage. Looks like he's ripping something down. Is this a mind twist back to me? Yeah, I think it is. This is bad. 5. Mind twist for 5. Disenchant Spirit Link. Oh, that Spirit Link would have been so helpful. A couple lands. And another Dib. And then Mark plows in for 8. So I go to 10. This is looking real bad. I left him with 1. He did the exact same thing right back to me. That is fucking old school Magic at its finest. We both have kind of a dig effect for our libraries. You know, him with the Bizarre, me with the Sylvan. But, kind of feel like Mark's over there sharpening up his axe. And I'm tied to the wall. He's getting ready to throw it at me. I mean, I feel like that's what's getting ready to happen. My Dib's got me down to 9, so I have to answer one of his creatures, like, now. I mean, I guess I could leave Dib up for a blocker. He gets 4 through and then jams another 3 through with Trike, but man, that's getting me real close. I'll be down to 2 if that happens. And Dib is not a good blocker. Chaos Orb. So that's a real card. So activate. Mark can't respond because he's fucking tapped out after mind twisting the living fucking bejesus out of me. Chaos Orb up in the air. Clean rotation. Oh shit! Oh, the judges from fucking Lithuania give it a 1.1. Where'd they get the marker at to give it a 1.1? That was ugly. That might have been the ugliest thing I've done all week long. But I do take Triskelion out of the picture. So fucking Triskelion sent to the bin. I am running a losing race, but at least both of my feet haven't been cut off with the chainsaw. And Mark's on 11. He's sending Suchi in just for a fucking absolute brutality mess in my fucking grill. I'm down to 5. And he is tapping a shit ton of mana again. Another Triskelion. So I do have 1 card in hand. I go down to 4 in my upkeep from the Dib. I start praying to the god of skinny punks. I mean, if he had a way to get rid of that Sylvan too, I would have been guaranteed toast. Obviously, if I had a card I could play, I'm sure I would have played it by now. So, the anticipation is killing me. Has been a few months since I played last. Okay, he's tapped out. I play down a Soul Ring. And tap all kinds of shit. Fire fucking ball. I guess I'm deciding where to send it. Fireball's gonna kill one of these bastards. Do it to the Trike. So that doesn't feel great, but you know, it was a solution. I still take 3 damage. I'm at 1 life, so you know, if he passes the turn, I'm dead to my own fucking Dib. I mean, hopefully he attacks. No, I think he just passed, and I fucking died. No cards in hand, no way to get rid of the Dib. Well played. Game 1 down. Mark beat the daylights out of me. I mean, he just beat the shit out of me with some of those robots. We're going to swap out some cards and take a look at game number 2. Alright, here we go with game number 2. Game number 1, Mark dropped me like a sack of hog shit. Worked out pretty well for him. Big beefy beaters came across the board. I subsequently died. But here we go. Got 2 keepers. Ruby down into a Soul Ring and a Volcanic. Look at all that mana ramp. Turn 1. I'm left with 4 in hand. Pass off to Mark. Ooh, he's got some ramp of his own. Starts with the City of Brass and 2 Moxen, a Ruby and a Jet. Passes back to me, and look at this shit. I get an Underground Sea and a place to dump all that extra mana. Rain Geyser, what a nice X spell. I go back up to 6 in hand. That feels pretty fucking good. So here's Mark dropping down a Strip Mine. This is 4 strip after all. Taps 3 for a Time Twister. What a way to negate my Brain Geyser, you dick. Just kidding. Well played, Mark. That is a good idea. That 3-card advantage has just been turned to shit. You know, we both have 2 artifacts and 2 lands in play, and we're going to both start with 7 new cards. And some more movie magic to get us back to 7 in hand. Mark throwing down a Black Lotus. Brutality. Strip Mine. He drops off my black mana source. Underground Sea's fucking put in the bin. Probably doesn't want to have happen to him what happened last time, where I immediately mind twisted him after a Time Twister. Granted, he got his due back. He mind twisted me immediately after that. So I do find a Sapphire. Tap my Soul Ring and drop a Felwar Stone. So black is back on the board as he has a City of Brass across the table. The only shitty thing about playing with City of Brass. It does provide you with lots of mana sources, but it is susceptible to some downsides like the Felwar Stone on your opponent's side. I'll quit talking about that dumb shit as I just fired off an Ancestral Recall, one of my favorite things to do. Mark is touching his Black Lotus. Feels like a possible mana drainable moment. I could be wrong here. Maybe he has a Red Elemental Blast. Feels like he wants to do something to me, though. Yeah, cracks the Lotus, mana drain. Mark says, get that fucking dumb shit out of here. Oh, look at this. Fucking Regrowth. Gotta love Regrowth. Ancestral Recall. I say, I will get that shit out of here, but it's coming right back. Yeah, Tormod's Crypt, even fucking better. I mean, he has already fired off the Time Twister, but that's alright. There wasn't anything to remove with the Time Twister. Play out a land for turn, and pass off to Mark. So hopefully I can have that Tormod's Crypt sit there and haunt him for a while. It's not quite as powerful since he does just play with Animate Dead. It's not an All Hallows Eve move where I'm going to stare down the barrel at like 15 or 20 creatures coming down to fucking... coming out of their graves to murder me. But it does do... It is a tool. It does do some things for me. I think Mark was also on the hook for 2 mana burn for cracking that Black Lotus earlier. I'm sorry, 1 mana burn for cracking that Black Lotus earlier. Oh, we reconcile it. He's on 18, and he drops down... No, we don't, because he's used a City Brass. He drops down a Trike. think possibly he should be on 17. Hopefully it doesn't make a big difference. And look at this. Send Trikey to bye-bye land. Disenchant. So there's the main deck. I take 3 to the face. Fucking those rocket arms come springing across the board. Which feels good. I'm sure I'm kind of searching for a white source here. You know, any other creature, if I had it, I would have thrown it out. But I only have access to 1 white through the Felwar Stone. And I have a fairly large grip of cards still. 5 cards in hand. Mark's going to play out Demonic Tutor and go find his favorite fucking card in his deck. And just like that, he's got it in hand. Let's see if he's going to use it against me. Oh, Larry Niven's Disc. Wow. So, I do have 5 artifacts on the board. That being said, he has 4. But Disc is going to take care of Tormont's Crypt. And a shit ton of my land. And really, I mean, he doesn't even have to use it now. He can wait until I throw down a threat and really make it worthwhile. Probably just depends on what he's holding on to. Disenchant, though. Fucking brutality. Back-to-back disenchants. I'm in no hurry to play fucking anything. I just am answering what he's throwing down. Mark's tapping 2. Drops himself down to 17. Nope, 16 with the regrowth. He tapped a City Brass. Picking up a regrowth. And... wow, Demonic Tutor again. What another fucking awesome card to regrowth. He gets 2 Demonic Tutors. Pretty well back-to-back turns. He's off to find his second favorite card, and probably try and use it on me. Here we go, Ancestral Recall. Yep, that's a pretty good one. Drawn 3. And it feels like we're doing big fancy things here, but you know, neither one of us are getting much accomplished. It's 16 to 17. I think all the damage has been pretty well self-inflicted. He's got 3 tricarbs in me, but that's it. So look at this. He fires down a Soul Ring and a Bazaar. And passes back to me. I'm tapping a bunch of shit. Armageddon, what a fucking nightmare. Oh, that is brutality. Really, he's only losing, I think 4 land, but it's, you know, it's all the good Arabian lands. It's City of Brass and his Bazaar. I think he had a low in play, and then maybe 1 Underground Sea. I lose 3 land. Obviously, in the Armageddon, I fire down a Mishra's Factory. Oh, look at this. Quick answer. He has a Su-Chi. Yeah, Su-Chi's pretty good at this point in the game. My factory cannot answer him alone. Tap 1 for a Swords to Plowshare. Okay. Su-Chi's robot ass is headed to the farm to do some work. Mark's going to gain 4 life, and I'm going to immediately take 2 away and send my assembly worker across the board to do some damage. But Mark comes up with another land, City of Brass, tap 6. Fucking dirty, smelly Rasputin with 7 counters. Even more terrifying. You know, he can regrow those counters as long as he's untapped. Tap 2 for Felwar Stone. Tap 4. Oh, look at this. Dust to Dust. Yeah. I'm going to attack some of his artifacts here. You know, Soul Ring. And the Sapphire. Take him off blue. Wow. I am slowly annihilating his mana resources. The shitty side of things is Mark could give a fuck less, as he has that smelly Rasputin in play. Ready to fuck my day up. I mean, if he hits a Brain Geyser now, he can Brain Geyser for like 8. That is disgusting. Make that 9. But no, he's putting Rasputin to work, turning him sideways, coming in for 4. That hurts. That puts me down to 13. Some real damage has happened. Mark's still sitting there on 17. Strip Mine. I'm just still attacking his resources. Drop him from his City of Brass. Come in for 2. He's got an immediate response. Swords to Plowshare. But I did sneak out for 1 white Spirit Link. That will shut Rasputin down for the moment. Gotta love a good Spirit Link. You know, way to neutralize a creature. But look at this. Mark is using mana like crazy. He's dropping a Trike. Rightfully so. Rasputin's still in play. I'm going to have to deal with this Triskelion. Oh. Not the best way to deal with it, but get a 4/4 of my own. Sarah Angel and her big-ass broadsword. Yeah. Mark's coming in for 4. I go down to 11. He drops out another mana source. Send Sarah in over the top for 4. Put Mark down to 13. Tapping a lot. Oh, here we go. Brain Geyser. Trying to Brain Geyser for 4. That feels pretty good. I'm leaving 2 open. 2 Fellwar Stones, so I can produce, you know, both blue and white off of those right now. Here we go. Another Moxen. And I pass with 3 in hand. Oh, Swords to Plowshare. Sarah Angel. Got 2 of them working the farms. But here we go. Swords to Plowshare on my own. The question is, you know, does he want to deal me the damage or gain the life? This game's pretty well tied up. He's putting the 3 on me. I'm going down to 12. He's gaining a life, going up to 14. Still a very, very close game. You know, he has 1 card in hand. I have 2. Looks like he passes. Erhnam. Erhnam's kind of a nightmare. I mean, that Dreamweaver can sit there and block, but when he does, I'm going to gain some life. Really, he can only do it a couple times. And here we go. Mark is tapping for Suchi out. So this may be a bit of a problem. I mean, Erhnam can take robots out back and fucking pour a bucket of water over him and drown him. Waterboard him. Whatever he needs to do. He's winning the battle with that 5 toughness. He does pass back to me. I'm up to 3 in hand. You know, obviously the bad news about Ernie, he does pass out Forest Walk. Tapping 2, balance. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. I only have 1 land in play. Granted, he only has 2. But he does have 2 creatures. So one of those is going to go bye-bye. Yeah, there goes his Tundra. I say I have a Tundra of my own, throw that in the bin. And Rasputin's staying in play. I guess he wants to be able to access mana resources. Oh, fucking absolute brutality. Swords to Plowshare. Rasputin's ass is out working the fields too. And I take that life away from him immediately with the Erhnam. That being said, my Spirit Link is now null and void. It can also go to the bin, but I leave it out there for good looks, it looks like. So Mark fires down a Bazaar. Bad news is I still have that Crypt in play. I twist him for 1. Get that shit right on out of here. Animate Dead. I'm sure he was waiting for me to fire off that Crypt. Yeah, earn him in for 4. This is not looking good. Mark's down to 10. We are both top decking. He's down to 6. I show him a Sarah Angel, which I can play out right now. Needs to answer 2. Balance would be real good. Balance would be real good. Plays out a land. Taps 2. Oh shit. He's got it. What a fucking top deck. This game will go on right now. I mean, he's down to 3 mana sources again. I have plenty of options to play everything out. Strip Mine. Tundra gone. He's down to 2 mana sources. Up 3 again. Oh, look at this. Erhnam. Does he hit his swords? Uh-oh. He's got something here. Oh, he wants to see my graveyard. Oh, this is pro move. Yeah, crypt out my own yard. Animate Dead goes to his bin. Come in for 4 with my Erhnam. Top deck again, and it's not there. Wow, what a game. That was a lot of back and forth. Well played. We are now 1-1. I mean, I took everything I had to take game number 2. Let's go take a look at game number 3. And it's been a 1-1 slugfest. Erhnam came out on top. Fucking went out and drowned some robots out back. Mark's going to send 2 back. That is a tough start. He's starting with 5. Get on the play. Fires down a Tundra and a pass. I start with a Factory and a Sapphire. Oh, and a Tormod's Crypt. Bane of Mark's existence. Looks like I'm tapping 2 for a Chaos Orb also. Wow. I now have 4 cards in hand. We both have 4. I just have a shit ton more artifacts down. Another Tundra for him. Passes back to me. I throw down a second Factory. And Factories abound. Factory's coming in for 3. Sometimes you hate to see this. You do have to answer those Factories pretty quick, but this is a 4-strip format. I believe that's a Loa that he finds. Library of Alexandria. Always a popular play. Fucking Factory's coming in again for another 3. He's on 14. I think I missed a land drop. Yeah, that's not a good feeling. But I do have plenty of answers on board. He's got to answer to that Chaos Orb. And if he has an Animate Dead in hand, he has to answer to that Crypt. And look at this. Factory's just plowing their fucking way in. This is dangerous. I hear Factories are a good card. But they've already come in for 9 damage. And I miss another land drop. So he gets out some ramp in the form of a Soul Ring. Factory again. Mark is down to 8. This is bad. And another pass. He's got all the mana he needs. I find my third land for the game. Tundra. And Factory's in. He did not pick up an answer. Look at that. Strip mine, eats one factory. Okay, that's an answer, but the bad news is... Are you still coming for 2? Yeah, factory in for 2. Mark is down to 2. Holy shit. Ancestral, that's a good card. Another mana drain. He's, wow. He's really played his mana drains well. He's cast 2, and both times he's clipped an Ancestral on my end. And just 2 more mana sources. He does not have it. Holy shit. Game 3. Don't blink. Factory's in for the fucking beating. Thanks for watching The Orb. Have a good night.